In today's video, I'm going to go ahead and show you how I use Gemini to go and write resumes, especially for people that are in cybersecurity. So my name is Rich. For those of you who don't know me, that's me right here. I am a glorified resume writer and career coach. And of all the classes that I help host here along with my team, one of the roles that we actually help train up for are cybersecurity transitioners. So inside Gemini, I have built out a gem. And a gem is essentially, you can think of it as a project, you can think of it as a future AI agent, but everything is or you can think of it like a project if you're used to using Grok. Inside here, I have a cybersecurity career and marketing architect. And I have designed my gem to do two things. Number one is a dual expert AI design trained Security Plus graduates into job ready professionals while serving as a high conversion growth marketing strategist for cybersecurity course enrollment. So that's essentially what this guy is going to go ahead and help me do, because I was a tech recruiter and a career coach. I don't have a cybersecurity background, right? But I'm learning a lot about cybersecurity right now, and it's amazing how fast AI has actually expedited my learning curve. But here, I'm going to go ahead and do a few things. Inside my WAP funnel, I have help desk, GRC. I have all these different cybersecurity titles right here, and I'm adding in different portfolio projects that people can go ahead and use. The next thing here is, well, people can't go ahead and apply unless they have actual resume templates. So here is what I'm going to go ahead and do and prompt this bad boy, which is I need the top 5 to 10. Well, actually, no. I need the top 10 backgrounds of people transitioning over to cybersecurity, okay, in 2026. And more importantly, I need a prompt. Okay, I don't need a prompt just yet. I need the top 10 backgrounds of people transitioning over to cybersecurity in 2026. And I am specifically looking for people, for backgrounds. I'm looking for backgrounds of people that are either enrolled in a cybersecurity bootcamp or considering taking their CompTIA Security Plus certification exam in 2026. Okay. I want to know who my target audience is because, and I'm going to give it some context right now, because I run a career coaching program and I need to help create resume templates for people transitioning to cybersecurity for the first time, and I need to know who those people are. The next step in this project is to create a resume template, an ATS optimized cyber security resume template for each background, for each entry level role after passing the CompTIA Security Plus certification, for help desk, for the most common 7 roles, such as starting with help desk, GRC analyst, security analyst, junior penetration tester, and so forth, as listed, as you can reference in my Google Drive. So I've also given, because Gemini is already on the Google stack, and it's already part of Google, and we're using Gmail, we have a Google Drive and everything, so everything's already correlated, right? So I just need the backgrounds right now. Give me the backgrounds also by population, if you have that data in the US. For example, gamers make up, 14% of transitioners, or Uber drivers make up X% of transitioners for cybersecurity roles. All right, now I'm going to turn on my tools here and I'm going to do a little bit deep research, right? Okay, and I'm just going to hit fast, but give me a second. Now, I've already been also compiling some documentation on this, so I can always just go down to sources, and there is a document that I have in Google that I'm going to show you guys right now, but it could be like from search, from Gmail, Drive, and chat, right? So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to add Drive, okay, and I'm going to add search, okay, because I want them to have access to my Drive, because we have actually some documents. And for starters, I do have an actual Google Doc that says like help desk analyst, junior GRC, SOC, security analyst, systems admin, incident response. So I want them to have, I'm totally okay them having all this access to all this information. I'm going to go back over here to Gemini. Okay. And I'm going to turn on deep research. Okay. And then yeah, I think top 10 backgrounds is actually more than enough, and I want to do some deep research because I actually want to know all of this information. I'm going to go out there and fire this guy off. Locating documents, this is a custom gem. Okay. Now, sometimes I actually can imagine some of my students in one of my programs would probably be asking, why did it fast? It doesn't really need to be that difficult. Like we just want to have something very standard. Very, very, very standard. Okay, here's the plan that I put together. Find statistical data, analyze results. Okay, yeah, start the research. And while it's doing that here, I'm just going to hit pause. So what am I going to go ahead and do next now? I'm going to say this, okay? Here are 7 entry-level cybersecurity titles. Okay, here are 7 entry-level cybersecurity titles. And I want a tailored resume template for each role. Or I can go ahead and do this. Because we have, in this racket here, we got help desk. And I'm just going to add it over here. We got junior GRC. Which I'll go ahead and add over here. We got an SOC analyst role, which I'll add over here. And then we got a security analyst role, which I'll add over here. We got an incident response. Oh, we missed one, number 5. Systems admin. And then we have a junior penetration tester right here. And I can just say, I want ATS optimize resume template for the help desk position for each background, and please reference, I'm going to say this, please take into account that I don't have, that I am not coming into the job with directly transferable experience, but include cybersecurity relevant responsibilities that would directly correlate with the job title. Okay, so let's go ahead and check in on this right now. Still doing some research, right? So why don't we actually go ahead and actually do this? So let's just say I'm currently right now working at a coffee shop. Well, I don't necessarily have government risk and compliance analysis here or SOC analyst here, but I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna think of some things, right? I'm currently right now a barista, or I'm working at a restaurant. Well, could you have conducted some penetration tests over there at that restaurant? You probably could. What else did you do? Could you have said you help put together a ticket submission portal? 100%. So even no matter what job that you basically have, okay, could you have put together a phishing email simulator? We want to create right now relevant on the job tasks, right? Relevant on the job tasks to the job that they have right now, to the job that they want to go. And honestly speaking, there's a lot that you can do for your job. I don't know any business owner right now, let's just say even if you were working at a bookstore, and I don't know what backgrounds are going to come up, you can honestly just do this, set this thing up really quickly for your parents at your own home. And let's just say you or at the school that you're at right now. We've had somebody coming in from a high school directly. He's like, oh, I did this. I volunteered to go out there and do this. So it's all about showing that you have a little bit of that hustle. But in order for me to help them put together a high impact resume first, I have to know what the backgrounds are. So I imagine there's probably 5 to 10 backgrounds. And in each and every one of those backgrounds, I'm going to go ahead and include some things that are going to be very tailored to each and every one of these roles. So let's check it out. Okay, now that the deep research on this side, for the most part, is taken care of. It actually went a while, by the way, but let's go ahead. I don't want you guys to go out there and wait with me, but now I want you to go ahead and do this. I want 3 ATS optimized cybersecurity resume templates for beginners that just secured their CompTIA Security Plus. Okay, their CompTIA Security Plus for the following roles, and 3 variations of the resume template per role. And I'm just going to have here help desk, GRC analyst, SOC analyst, security analyst, systems admin, incident reporting analyst, and junior penetration tester. In each version, include in the resume template or account for the fact that these people may not have any technical experience at all and can range from new high school grads to military veterans to career switchers, mid-career, early and mid-career switchers. Please make each resume as professional as possible. And here's something else that I basically want. Please make each resume as professional as possible. And something else that I want is also include a section for me to add my portfolio website to demonstrate my skills. What else do I want? Well, let's go through that. I want a prompt to help me generate resume templates for cyber security beginners with the following focuses. Okay. Now, basically, once I have that, I'm going to pop this in right here. Master prompt below. Okay. Role, you are an elite cybersecurity coach and professional resume writer. Okay, so we have everything that we need here. Okay, strategy for your 7 roles. Yes, please help me with the first role. Yes. Now please help me generate actually 5 versions, 5 variations of each resume, starting with the help desk role, and I want the output to be ready to be exported to a Google Doc for my students to use immediately, with 1 resume per page in the Google Doc. And afterwards, we will move forward to the GRC analyst and the subsequent role after that. But just to make sure we are headed in the right direction, please just generate 5 variations of the help desk resume for beginners for now. Okay, so now it knows. It not only knows when we're talking about prompting, it not only knows about what it is that I want, I'm also giving the machine the indication of what I plan to do with it next. The more information I feed this digital brain, it's going to be very scary, right? But it's like, okay, I want them to get an understanding of what I plan to do next. For starters here, I want to go ahead and I want to create a few variations of this resume. I'm going to get to these other roles, but what I plan to do with this, well, I also want it in a format where I can go out there and copy it. You know, that's why it has page break. with the line onto a Google Doc so people can start using it immediately. So I'm also thinking about what is it I'm doing. These are ready for you to copy. Once you review, we can move on to GRC analyst role. And then now, it's like I'm going to take this. And I have this untitled Google Doc here, right? And I could just have, okay, help desk resume templates for cybersecurity beginners. And now this is an asset right now for me, right? So I'm going to get back over to, well, not the Bad Bunny song, but I'm going to go ahead and get down to here. I'm going to copy this. Now, boom. Okay, now I basically have this. Of course, I have to do a little bit of editing right here. But the next thing I'm going to go ahead and do now is, yes, move on to the GRC analyst role. I type so much. This is why. Hopefully someday, not right now, but hopefully we'll get a video that's going to be sponsored by Theragun soon, right? Getting older right now, so I always have this. You guys sometimes see me playing with the lacrosse ball. And then I got this guy right here to go up there. And his two hands right here. My money makers. Okay, so I have all this. Yes, now it's like, it knows. This is what I wanted. Also, you don't want it to create too much. You want to know why? Because if it's not heading down the direction that you want to course correct it right now. And you want to course correct it right now. Right? And then now we see all of this. And it's like, yes. Now, so this is actually where some people get kind of lazy and they start just saying, just do this for like the remaining roles, right? Don't do that. Like, it's, for whatever reason, I've tried this before, it just like, the quality starts getting shittier and shittier and shittier and shittier and shittier. Okay, yes. Scroll all the way down, and it's about to hit. So I am going to go ahead and do the following, right? So now I'm just going to go ahead and make a copy of this. Okay, I'm going to a little bit old school with this. I'm going to go ahead and make a copy of this. So, because my people are going to get ready to go ahead and use it. Okay, so I have 4 docs up right now. I need 6. But this is a day in the life right here. You know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then now I'm going to make this copy. Okay. And then I'm going to get back over here. And then, yes. And I'm going to copy the response so far. Okay, and this is the systems administrator role. And I'm just going to copy that. Boom, done. Of course, we can use AI agents, but something as wow. No, 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 no. Dude, I'm not even joking right now, man. I am mad feeling bad on you. No, 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 no. This is what it's like, man. You're just creating like, this is, you know, the life right here. For the glorified. Glorified resume writer and career coach. Okay, so we have systems admin. I'm just gonna go ahead and paste actually everything that's in here right now. Okay, now we have 35 resume templates, right? And then we have, I'm gonna go ahead and backtrack it. And this is actually very cool now because all I have to do is just go back up here and then security analysis. Done. And now I'm just going to scroll up. This is actually called the SOC analyst. And then let's go ahead and go back over here. Boom. You basically have now all 7 of these, and then now we can go ahead and deploy it. And people can go ahead and use this and get jobs. You know, that's basically it at this point right now. Of course, I'm going to have to go ahead and go through a little bit some more and tune it up. As you can see, some of the... we have to fix a little bit of the formatting here. But overall, it still saved us like a lot of time. My intention for you is like to see all the imperfections of also AI too. So let's go ahead and let's get it. Okay, so this is actually another lesson of how I use AI. All right.